Okay, currently we are recording. Welcome to our video tonight. My name is Keith Foskey, and I am a pastor. And tonight, this group of pastors is going to be taking everyone to the movies for a movie commentary on the film Nacho Libre starring Jack Black. Now, somebody might ask the question, why would we do this? We don't have a good answer. We just wanted to have some fun. This would be the same as if all of us went to the movies together, sat in the row together, and nobody else was in the theater. Because if I were to go to the movies with these guys and watch this movie, there's no way I could watch it without talking about it. And so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be watching it. Here's the thing, though. If you're watching along with us, you're not going to be able to see the movie or hear the movie because it's copyrighted. We're going to be watching it off screen, and we're going to be making comments. So if you want to join in with us, the best way to do that is for you to pull it up on Netflix or whatever medium you're going to watch it on and set it to 0 so that you can start at the same time that we do. But also keep this in mind, we are watching it with VidAngel. VidAngel is a service that allows you to cut out certain portions of any movie that is on the service, such as profanity or anything like that. And what we have done is we've put VidAngel here to cut out any language that might be questionable. There's not much in this movie to begin with, but this cuts out any language that might be questionable. So if you want to try out VidAngel, you can do that right now. And by the way, they're not a sponsor of this video, but if you want to go and try out VidAngel right now, you can go and you can download it absolutely free. During the coronavirus outbreak, they made their service absolutely free. So go and do that and log into Netflix through VidAngel, and you will be able to watch this movie starting at the 0 mark. Later on, we're going to give you a 3, 2, 1, go, and you hit the click button, and then at the bottom of the screen, there's going to be a timer that takes you all the way through the film. So again, my name is Keith Foskey. I'm the pastor of Sovereign Grace Family Church in Jacksonville, Florida, and I want to introduce all of our other speakers, actually allow them to introduce themselves tonight. I'm going to start with the man directly to my left. I don't know if it's left on his screen, though. I'm going to go with Austin.
Not.
Okay.
Yeah. My name's Austin Tucker. I'm the pastor at Grace Point in Summerfield, Florida.
Great. Glad to. Oh, by the way, we all have our movie snacks. So if you hear us chomping down, that's because we're at the movies. All right. Next will be the man in the blue shirt. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Steve Berry. I'm the pastor at Vision Baptist Church in Jacksonville, Florida.
And last but not least.
No, I think last but least. My name is Rob. My name is Rob Ham, and I'm the pastor of Keystone Heights Presbyterian Church. First name Rob, last name Ham. That's no baloney.
And he's the only one of us that would be able to baptize in a very small fountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not against baptizing babies as long as you actually do it by the proper measure of holding them under the water.
Yeah. You hold them under, see if it sticks. Yeah.
That's right.
Pull them out, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to, if you guys will get ready, we're going to start this film. Is everybody ready? Because if we're a second, oh, look at there, Martin Luther. My cup is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Nice.
Oh, Florida State. And, we got The Office.
Oh,
I bought this for myself. No, not really.
You bought this for myself?
I don't think I want to go to work anymore. I don't want to pay bills either.
Let's just do this.
I'm just not going to do that anymore.
I declare bankruptcy.
Let me go get my Clorox. I need to go get a syringe and never mind.
You can't just declare bankruptcy. No, I declared it. I didn't say it. I declared it. Okay. All right. So people are watching. Did you hit record also, Austin, on yours?
It said I need to ask permission from you.
Well, mine says it's recording. So.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're doubling up on the recording here because we are recording this. This is not live for the sake of the opportunity to edit if necessary. Okay, guys, is everybody ready to hit play? Because once we start, we don't stop. Once
this train's moving, that's it.
All right. So are we ready? Okay. It'll be 3, 2, 1, click. All right, the movie started. Okay. We should be seeing
clouds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stars flying in.
Yep.
I'm just now getting there.
Look at those are some nice stars. Look at that.
This is Paramount.
Nacho.
Starts off with the Holy Bible.
Nacho.
The Holy Bible is the first thing in there.
Huh?
Bibles must look weird where you're from.
Yeah,
That's
Mine's
Holy
a-
Bible.
mine says
Are you-
Nickelodeon. I don't know.
Ding, ding.
Are you looking at the same thing we are, Steve?
Yes.
Okay. Oh wait,
Oh,
you
there-
must be ahead of us.
Yeah,
You-
he's
Oh, there's the Holy Bible. Okay.
there it is.
You're-
There
you're
we
a
go.
little-
Yeah,
I have a faster connection than you guys do.
I guess so.
okay. Well, we are at right now where he's looking at the. Hold on. Where the ladies sleep.
Okay, well, I'm at 54 seconds. Can I pause it?
You didn't do. Yeah. Pause it for about 3 seconds.
So, little known fact, this is pretty interesting. This the original soundtrack, if you guys didn't know this, was supposed to be done by Beck. You know who Beck is?
Yes.
Beck was supposed to do the original soundtrack to this movie, and it was at the last minute that Danny Elfman took the reins. So this could have been a techno intro.
That wouldn't have
Is
fit.
that Keith Foskey? No. Just,
This kid, this guy, this boy, he played in several movies a few years ago, but I don't know his name.
Nacho.
Yeah, I think it's Nacho.
No, I tell you what though, I got pictures of me that look just like this when I was about 15 years old. That stomach is, even those stretch marks, fellas. I'm sorry. That's.
Did you guys
Is
know
that an axe in the head of the?
It is.
Yes, it is. Okay, I'm a maniac on the. Oh, come on, Tommy boy.
Tommy boy. This is how we bathe our children, by the way. We homeschool, so we're weird like that. This is how we do the bathing.
He played in a movie called Drillbit Taylor,
Oh.
where he was bullied.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Did you
y'all
guys
let
know
me
that
when you get to the cooking part?
the director of this movie is the same one as Napoleon Dynamite, which I did not know until earlier today.
It's the same director as Napoleon Dynamite.
Same director as Napoleon Dynamite. He
That
just
makes
cranks out hit after hit.
It makes a lot of sense. Him elbowing those chips as a karate guy, totally understands that motion. Yeah, just elbowing stuff to break it. Absolutely.
A real religious man.
I love the fact that it didn't spend a lot of time on him as a kid. I mean, it just sort of gives you a picture of this is how he's always been, and now he's an adult.
Oh man,
Looks like dirt.
look at that kid's face. That's
How come we cannot have just like a salad? I don't know if that really came out of his nose, but that was pretty gross.
that was awesome. I think that really did.
The fact that this the fact that this centers around a church, I understand it's a Catholic church, but the fact makes it all the better for us.
Yeah.
Because how many times have you seen people drawing and not paying attention to what you're preaching?
Yeah, there's an entire row in our church where all the a bunch of the students sit in this family of a big family of kids and teens, and it's just like picture after picture after picture all week long that I pick up after the services. So
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah, sweet. Sometimes the kids in my church draw pictures of me, which is very sweet, and I appreciate it. But when I was a kid, I was drawing all the time. I really do.
do any of you speak Spanish? Anybody know what they're saying, by the way?
I have no idea.
No. Smile and be happy.
I'm hearing one of y'all. First of all, his mustache, I'm going for that mustache. One day, I'm just going to have just a little.
We'll back you up, Foskey. That's a good idea.
Have you ever noticed that every movie with nuns always has that one nun that's beautiful and the main character falls in love with them? Like every movie with nuns.
Yeah. Which is like not what nuns are supposed to do, right? I mean, I'm not Catholic, so I'm just assuming. His face is glorious. I just
Boy, got some hops.
Ugh.
Oh, look at those skills.
it's about a 6-foot goal, I think.
Got to show off for the girl he can't have.
That's right.
No, I have done that before.
And the nuns are always wearing form-fitting outfits.
Is that a piñata or is that something hanging from hanging?
That
Looks like a teddy bear.
Looks like a teddy bear.
Did
But
somebody?
it's missing a leg.
It's Ted.
He said, "God be with you." He said, "Anyway."
So anyway.
So anyway. I wish I could post.
Here's your big.
Your
dude.
big duty.
So that sister and I may talk of holy things.
Oh man.
That was
Fix that hair. Fix that hair. Got to have that perfect hair.
I've only seen it once.
Okay, this is the greatest. I want this. This is what I want right now. I don't want my car anymore. I just want this.
Sounds like a Harley.
Well, don't you live on church property anyway? Don't you live next to the church?
I live pretty close. I ride a bike to church for sure.
You ride a bike, really?
Yeah, I
pretty
ride a
cool.
bicycle. I have an electric bicycle, so I don't actually exert myself. I just sit on an electric bicycle that drives me there.
If I lived close enough, I would have a golf cart. That's what I want.
Me too.
Yeah.
Watch this. Watch this. Yes.
I tell you what, that slap, I forgot because I've only seen it once. That was great.
Oh, this is one of the best scenes in the movie. So I believe I might be wrong, Keith, maybe you know this, but I think they filmed all this down in Mexico and they had like tons of actually Mexican people that were part of the cast. Does that sound right to you?
It sounds right, but again, I'm not sure. A lot of the movie, though, I don't know any of the actors except for Jack Black and maybe one or two other guys. But I mean, it's a lot of the people that are not big name actors. That's one of the things I noticed when I watched it. So most likely, this is awesome. By the way,
it's the best. I love this part.
Does anybody know? Okay, good theological question. Do Roman Catholics really put coins over the eyes? I thought that was a Roman, like a Greek thing. Greek and Roman.
I thought that was a Greek thing too. I don't know. Austin, what do you think?
Don't know. Somebody's going to look it up. Somebody's going to tell us how ignorant we are for not knowing. Somebody's going to look it up and say, "Oh, you pastors, you should have known this."
By the way, while we didn't give last rites to somebody who wasn't really dead, I'm sure that all of us on our first week on the job did such stupid things just like this.
Oh, yes.
By the way.
Well, I tell you, I've had assistants that I wanted to slap like he was slapping.
I've been asked. Have you ever been asked to give last rites?
Yes.
Yeah, I have been. I have. May he rest in peace. No. Yeah, I remember years ago a guy asked me if I do last rites. I was like, I don't think I'm supposed to.
Yeah. Orphan chips.
and then a vagrant just jumps out from around the corner.
Ow!
I think mine has cut a few more out.
Yours what?
I think mine has cut a few more out. few more scenes out.
Oh, did you on your VidAngel?
I don't know. Are y'all at the wrestler appearing?
Yes.
We're at the yellow car.
Yellow
Okay.
car
Oh.
right now.
Those little moments like that, those are hard-hitting moments.
Yeah. So that guy's a real luchador in real life, from what I know, from what I've
Yeah.
read.
Really?
Yep. And I guess a luchador will never remove his mask when he's in public. And in this movie, he never removes his mask.
Hey, by
So
the way-
basically, what
by
you're
the way-
saying is COVID's turned us all into luchmores.
That's right. We are now
Yes.
all luchador wrestlers.
Or we could be Mandalorians, because you know Mandalorians never take off their mask either.
Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda.
It is the way.
It's not Baby Yoda.
It is the way. It's the reincarnated Baby Yoda.
Okay, hands up if you mentioned the Mandalorian in any sermon in the last 6 months. Okay,
I don't think I have. Me and Austin are like, nah.
I went.
Me
No,
and
I
Austin
just-
were too busy preaching the gospel, Keith.
Ooh,
Ooh.
touche, my dear friend. No, there was a article about how Al Mohler actually mentioned it on the briefing about how evolution is the reason why we love Baby Yoda, because evolution makes us love our children.
Oh, jeez.
It was the most ridiculous article, but hearing him talk about it, I went and found the article.
Who said that?
It was some Harvard professor or something said the reason why we love our babies is they have evolved to be cute so that we will love them. And
He said Al Mohler said that. I was about to lose my keys.
no. Al Mohler cited the article, and that's
Gotcha.
where I heard it because I listened to the briefing every morning, and I went and found the article that he was citing, and I cited it in my message. So it was like
Okay, this is we can't
sorry.
bypass the best scene in the movie, which is them eating toast together.
yes.
Rob, you said the best scene like 3 times already, and we're only
This
like
whole-
50 seconds in.
What was the
Steve,
best
this whole
scene
movie
at
is
this
the
part?
best. All right, so the secret title to this movie before it was released, as it was being passed around on the cutting room floor, was called Toast.
That's
Really?
funny.
Yep.
Everyone calls you weirdo. Why does he keep the picture? Like, I keep this with me all the time. Why? So random.
Oh,
I don't
Stuff
think
that
that.
down in his. He's putting in his bro. What is it? That bro? Yeah.
greedy.
Light tan.
Yeah. It's poopies.
Poopy. Play volleyball.
Every day. I love this line.
That's
I've had many people tell me I don't know a buttload of crap about the gospel.
Yeah. We
but I do.
I remember in Bible college that line got thrown around like all the time. All the time.
Okay.
Look at his face.
Whatever.
Whatever.
That's a great answer. Whatever.
Uh-oh. I love the coyote in the background.
Ooh. Yes. Yes. There's nothing like soggy bean drips on a
Man, that looks disgusting.
One thing I do remember.
He just poured this all over the
listen.
One thing I remember watching this. Nobody tasted it. They all say it's awful. How do they
Did you
know?
have to?
Well, okay.
I mean, look at it.
Did you not tell them they were the Lord's chips?
Check out dude's hands. His hands are they look like he's been in the swimming pool for like 8 years.
Do you not realize I
Okay, VidAngel, cut it out. I don't know what
Yeah,
he said.
I didn't know what he said.
Oh, he said, do you not realize that I have had diarrhea since Easter?
For the last 8 years.
Well, VidAngel wouldn't let me hear that word. So
Oh.
okay, that's one good to know.
Single solitary tear on the kid's face.
Oh, that was priceless.
Yeah, he looks like it. That was kind of mean.
How do you think Jack Black is in this movie?
How old is
20s.
Jack Black now?
I don't know.
Hey,
I'd say,
Google.
like, early
How old is
40s?
Jack Black?
50 years old.
He's 50.
Oh,
When
I
did
thought
this
you were
movie-
kidding. You like really have Google set up. That's pretty cool. Hey, so we have another person watching with us. Can it hear me? Can Google hear me?
Oh, I don't know because I got earphones in.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was going to start asking it some random questions.
Fishing for a guy with some chips.
When I was in Bible college, I got a bunch of people mad at me because I put McDonald's fries on the end of a fish hook and cast them to the middle of the fellowship hall.
Did you really?
That was stupid
To
stuff,
fish-
man.
To
Yeah,
fish for men?
fishing for men.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, there was always that super spiritual person in the college was always like, you're so goofy, you're never going to make it in the ministry. And it seems to me like all the guys who had a sense of humor are the only ones that are still in the ministry.
It helps.
Yeah.
It
There's
does.
a lot
It
of
does
crazy
help.
stuff that goes on.
By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, but before he lunged, he blew a nice big fart before he lunged and attacked the guy.
Hey, cut it out. I guess VidAngel cut
I
it
didn't
out.
hear the part.
200 pesos. Yay.
The slaps in this movie are the best.
Oh, Lord. I don't even want to know where this is going.
Just a taste.
That dude's got an
He goes from like a Spanish accent to every now and then almost sounding Italian.
Yeah.
his his smile's a little off-putting.
That is a lot of undies. Oh, there's
Yeah.
some socks.
Okay, when you were a kid, did you ever make a superhero costume
Oh, yeah.
like for
Yeah,
yourself?
of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
I learned how to sew so I could make my own costumes. That's how. When I said earlier that I wasn't a Trekkie, huge.
But you were a nerd?
Superhero nerd. I wore a Superman costume under my clothes to school.
That's awesome.
Nobody knew. But now they will because it's going to be broadcast.
Broadcast on the internet. Yeah.
Yeah. For the 5 people
By the
who
way-
will actually watch this, they'll know.
By the way, bulls are colorblind.
Well, now you're going to have a bunch of people you went to junior high with go, oh, that's why Keith was always chafing.
This is the what we're about to see is the.
I was
the
sweating. I thought it was just because he
elder-
was fat.
This is the deacon/elder training regimen right here. This is what they got to do to be prepared for ministry.
Well, that's
You got
that's pretty much a lot of ministry right there.
right there,
Reminds
right
me of
there.
the Rocky scene when Rocky
Oh,
and
my
Apollo
mercy.
Creed are running down the water.
Oh,
Dun 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 dun.
ow.
Flaming darts of the evil one.
He hit him. That arrow had to hurt,
Yes.
but this hurts more. Do you think that
So
was
I think-
CGI?
Yeah.
I hope
absolutely.
so.
Well, I mean, I know it was. I mean, it just there's something about CGI jumps and stuff that don't look real, even
And
in
Steve-
the best CGI.
Steve, you just said it. I think you said it. Yours might be a few seconds ahead of ours, but yeah, bulls aren't they colorblind? Like they can't see the
Yeah,
color?
they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. I guess I am way ahead of you guys because I'm already past the throwing of the hornet's nest and
Oh yeah, yeah. You're a little
We're
bit ahead.
watching them run.
We're
They're
on 21,
running.
okay, well,
2156.
I'm at 2016.
But you didn't have the VidAngel thing in the beginning. I think that's what. There's something wrong with yours. I think you started 3 seconds ahead of us.
Or he
think
probably
it-
has cut out scenes. He probably put something
Yeah.
else on.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it cut out some scenes. I don't have much to say anyway, so
Well, we're just working along.
Man, we could really use a building like that with a loft right now with COVID.
That would be awesome.
That's how you preach now. You just go from a megaphone while they're far away.
there you go.
So yeah, I think all these guys that are wrestling in this, besides Jack Black, are actual luchadors, actual wrestlers, and
Well, some of them
So
do
these
some
guys-
really cool moves. I remember seeing
yeah,
like real rolls and stuff.
yeah. He has no scruples, no shame.
No.
Did you see the YouTube Jack Black just put out where he's doing that dance by his pool with his shirt off?
Yes,
That was
yeah,
like
the
last week.
the Jablinski Games one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like a gazelle. Oh, no.
When he said, "I don't believe in God, I believe in science," I was amazed that they would put that. I mean, and they pushed that a couple lines down too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think mine's unfortunately edited a lot of stuff out because if you don't have Jack Black in the wrestling right now, I'm way ahead of you guys.
No,
So
that's what-
Steve,
no.
what you can do is there's a little dial at the bottom of the right-hand side of the screen, and
Yeah.
it looks like a line in a circle going right and a line in a circle going left. If
Yeah.
you click that, that'll open up the filters, and you can just unclick the filters that might be on except for language.
Steve, it would be kind of equivalent to rewinding a tape just a little bit.
Yeah.
PR.
Thanks. Thanks.
Just ripped his hair out.
What did he say? Sugar Labano?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that Spanish? I don't know.
He's wearing like a 7-year-old's pajamas.
That's what it is. Ooh.
Yeah, I see now. All right, so what time are you guys at?
We are at 24:58.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
Me and
Let me
Austin.
know when you
jumping
get
on the guy's
25:32. Okay.
He's jumping on the guy's back.
See, us old guys, we don't know all this technology.
Oh my goodness. Do you know how hard that is to do?
Squeeze.
Let me know when you get to 25-36.
I feel like it'd be hard to rip a shirt. I've never done it, but
If they're okay, I have. So if you cut this part, you can rip the rest pretty easy.
Yep.
That's what Hulk Hogan used to do.
okay,
This part doesn't rip. It's folded over fabric. So that's why when he pulled from the bottom, it stopped because it couldn't go any higher.
Listen,
Hulk Hogan.
there's literally like poop and fart noises going on in the background. Classic.
I feel something deep inside of me.
Oh my goodness.
To rip my blouse.
Cover up your face. Nice catch.
That guy looks like Jackie Gleason.
It
You ever
does.
seen the movie The Toy? He
Yep.
looks like Jackie Gleason from The Toy.
People like
Yeah, come back next week, lose again, you get more money.
Yeah.
I'd go.
You
I
guys
would
ever,
too.
Listen.
Yeah.
you ever see the movie had Kevin James in it where he did MMA?
Yes. Here comes the boom.
Here comes and that was the whole premise of that was he was losing but still making money until he finally won at the end. But spoiler alert.
Wait. That's
You
the
see
Jaguars head football coach, isn't it?
Uh,
Oh. Might want to edit that one. Sorry.
nah, it's all right. It's all right. You heard
Losing
about
and still making money.
yeah.
Look at the big salad he gives her.
That looks like Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah. The endless salad.
Ranch dressing.
Unlimited breadsticks.
Covered it with COVID.
I was just gonna say COVID-19 right there. Can't eat that
That's
salad.
That's how it starts.
Ow.
That looks painful.
He still got the stings from the wasp earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a few cracked ribs, too. Okay. Oh!
Church-related question: do any of you guys have candles in your church, other than like Advent or something like that?
I do.
Do
Yeah,
you?
we have some they're like they're fake candles. Like they don't really burn real flame. It's like it flickers and it looks real from a distance.
Where is it at?
They're like when we do the Lord's Supper, they're there on that table, but then I think they usually sit on the piano.
Gotcha. We used to have them on the Lord's table. I ended up taking them off because they were fake. They weren't real, and they just
Yeah.
looked a little. Ours didn't look great because
Yeah.
we were so close to them. You could see that it was a LED light with a little fan.
Oh, gotcha.
I was like,
We had some that were terrible like that. We just got like some updated ones. Like I feel like a few months back, and they were a little bit better.
gotcha. That's
Hello,
something,
guys.
that's
Excuse
something
me.
you never want a child to say.
I won't
Yeah.
tell.
Don't worry, I won't tell nobody.
Exactly.
Oh man, here we go, guys. Here we go. About your salvation and stuff. Oh,
Never got around to it.
This is like that baptism of the baby by that Greek priest that was all over YouTube last year.
yeah.
Okay. If only it were that easy, right? Why have you not been baptized?
Nacho Calico.
You
I
know,
mean,
Steve,
Nacho Cat. Isn't Calico Cat?
El Gato.
Oh, El Gato.
now what are they called again? The wrestlers?
Nacho
Luchadors.
Libre.
Luchos?
Lutra.
Lucha.
Lucha. I think I said it wrong earlier.
See, I grew up with Gordon Soley and So Long from the Sunshine State. And none of y'all know who that is.
Look, it's some missionary kids.
Oh,
Well,
You might
I'm
have
not
to
losing
edit that.
connection.
that's wrong. That's okay. That is Steve from Vision Baptist.
That's right. Yeah. I was about to say. Now I homeschool my kids. I was about to say, well, that's some homeschoolers. They got some freedom for the for the first
I was
time.
gonna
Ah!
Now, wait,
Every
Steve
night.
didn't say that. That wasn't me.
Oh,
that was
who
not-
said
that
the
was
mission-
Pastor Rob.
That was him.
Oh, you said the missionary thing?
It was all Steve. It was all Steve.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
Thanks, Arthur.
These little guys have some good moves, man.
Yeah, these are real dudes.
These have to be.
Midget wrestling.
There's so many great movies that political correctness wouldn't let us make nowadays.
I just keep thinking of the movie Elf. Call me Elf one more time.
Yeah. They're biting him.
That was a good move.
Boink.
Oh,
Boy.
to the throat.
How many of y'all have done that with your kids where you shot them on your feet and went a little too hard?
They go flying
I'm
across
not
the
saying a
room.
word. I'm not saying a word.
My oldest, when she was little, I was doing that airplane thing. I threw her up and caught her, and she giggled, so I threw her higher, and then I caught her, and she giggled, so I threw her really high, and then I act like I wasn't going to catch her, and I got near the ground,
Smacking
and
her
she
with the
bounced
churro.
off the ground, broke
Oh
her
my
nose.
gosh.
I felt bad, man.
Oh my gosh. Was she all right? I guess.
Yeah, she's my oldest. I knocked some
Wouldn't be
sense into her.
laughing, yeah.
Oh no, biggest
Uh-oh.
form of disgrace.
Is that what that is? It's a disgrace thing? Taking the mask
Yeah.
off?
Yep.
Good boy, good boy. Oh, you
That
need
guy
more
keeps
hair.
losing his hair.
Oh my heavens
Oh.
mercy. Oh, there ain't nothing like
That's
a
like-
set of ugly toes.
That's like Dumb and Dumber.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean that's ugly toes. And the people with the people will wear open-toed shoes as if it's just like an assault on your eyes.
Yes. As a rule of thumb, if your toenail's any shade of brown, don't wear open-toed shoes.
Amen. Amen.
What if you have brown toenail polish?
You shouldn't.
That's only acceptable among Presbyterians.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good thing I'm not a Presbyterian.
So I just looked this up. It said that that Lucha Libre is known for its tag team wrestling matches. So I guess they do that kind of exclusively. It's always tag team.
Huh. Release their wiggles.
Release their wiggles.
Okay, orphans, listen to me. Listen to me. I know it's fun. Nice vibrant. But you cannot do it.
Somehow I don't think that's helping.
It is in the Bible not to wrestle your neighbor.
Free creams and lotions. Really good. It's the best.
Go away. Read some books.
Read some books.
Who does she look like? Because she looks like somebody. But because I have never seen. I mean, I know she looks like
She
somebody.
looks like somebody.
I mean, she looks like an actress that I should know, but I've never seen her in anything. I don't think. Is she famous?
She does look familiar.
Hey, Google.
What's her name?
I don't know. The nun from Nacho Libre.
Hey, Google, what's the name of the nun from Nacho Libre?
Yeah, right.
Ana de la Reguera.
Amadella
Website
Reguela.
Cinestar.net, they say, Ana de la Reguera stars as Sister Encarnacion in the Jack Black comedy Nacho Libre.
What other movies? It didn't answer me.
It looks like she's only in Mexican TV.
Okay, the fact that they're planning this and she goes out with him without any questions really threw me off. It didn't even show him asking her. She just went. She's a nun. This ain't supposed to be.
That's exactly how I dress up when I'm trying to when I was trying to impress the ladies. When I was trying to impress my wife when I dated her, that's the pants I'd wear.
That's what, yeah.
Well, at least he has his crucifix out and hanging, visible.
Yeah, yeah.
It must be after Labor, or not after Labor Day.
Yeah.
This whole boy's
Still
wearing
the summer.
white.
It was stinky.
Oh, no.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah,
This is the
I
best.
tried that for my wife. She wasn't impressed.
She said they look expensive. Thank you. I don't think it was.
I'm just
That guy is so flexible.
I actually know where this is going.
nucleus.
Nucleus.
Clothes tear too easy in this movie.
Yeah, really.
That's the guy from
Yeah,
the guy on the left. That's Pedro
from
Yep.
Napoleon.
from
Is
Napoleon
that
Dynamite.
Pedro?
I think so. Hey, Google.
Hey, Austin, what timestamp are you at? Because I think I got behind by like a millisecond or so. Where are you guys
39:32.
32?
Yep.
So he just jumped?
Yeah, just a
Hey,
second ago.
I'm about 3 seconds behind you as well.
39:43.
All right, I
I'm
got back
3
up.
seconds behind.
Just got punched.
More corn.
Oh. That corn
Big
looks delicious
fries.
right now, by the way.
That's dirty. You don't do that to corn.
Get that corn out of my face. Oh.
Now this looks like a fight that went on in the dorm room at college, right there.
Yes.
it's no use. Free fire. But I can't even beat a couple of guys in the street.
You can beat up a wall.
I love how they make all of his shirts just slightly too short.
Yeah.
When you have a round belly, that sort of happens naturally. He talked to somebody. The Lord? No.
The Lord? No.
Water gypsy.
I'm not listening to you. You're crazy.
So he believes in science, but he also believes in the water gypsy.
Yeah.
Magical
the magic
powers.
eggs.
Remember this, kids. People who won't believe in God will believe in anything else.
Yes, they will.
That's the theology of today. That's a little.
Okay, this scene, how many of you does it remind you of like Princess Bride, when they're at the bottom of the rock that they have to climb at the very beginning?
Yep.
You keep using that word. I do not
I
think
don't
it means what you think it
what you
means.
think it means.
Is this guy's famous?
Yeah, he is.
But who he played in? Oh, when he eats the yolk. Oh, that's rough.
Oh yeah, he's been in several movies.
But
Yeah.
what did he play? What's something that I would know?
He always plays a bad guy.
Yeah. Oh, he played an episode of Seinfeld. He was the electrician who tried to rewire the Frogger machine. Boom! I knew I'd get it.
Yeah, that's what he's most known for.
Yeah,
saying
I'm
that's-
impressed.
I didn't say that's what he's most known for. That's what I know him from. We should do this with an episode of Seinfeld. That's what.
That's right. He was in
He had man hands.
let's see.
Elaine.
He was in The Big Lebowski. He was in The
Yeah.
Lost World, Jurassic Park. Bad
Lost-
Boys 2.
He got ate
Bad
by
Boys
the
2.
by the pygmies or by the little dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lost World.
He was in he was in Fargo as well.
Yes,
I never seen that.
he was the Russian guy in Fargo. The counter to Steve
This is the grossest part.
Yes. You know, if he'd hit that guy in the head, that would have been bad.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
All right, boys and girls, don't forget you need a lot of protein.
Okay. We've all seen Rocky. Have
Yes.
any of you ever drank a raw egg like Rocky?
Yes.
Have you?
Oh, this is
I tried it one time. Never again.
The best part on TV right now.
Oh. The what? The best part on TV? What?
Yeah. Did it not fart on yours?
No.
Oh.
I
He
guess
swan dived. He's like,
He eats it. He blows the biggest part and then swans dives into
Oh,
the
okay. I didn't hear it.
That's the beauty of VidAngel, boys and girls. It cuts out
Yes.
what you don't want to see.
Yes. Not a sponsor, but
Not a sponsor.
make sure you click the link below for VidAngel so Keith Fossey can get his paycheck.
that's right. This is sponsored by VidAngel and Coffee with a Calvinist.
Oh.
These are real wrestlers. This is what I was saying the other day when I watched it. Their moves,
Yeah, you can see how they land and
Yeah,
they don't
look at
make
that
contact.
move right there, that's for real. And that hurts.
So with that,
We used to do backyard wrestling when I was a kid because I was stupid. And,
I think we all did backyard wrestling.
yeah.
On trampolines, man, in my
Well,
backyard.
We did it in a pool. We called it pool brawl. It was kind of dangerous, but yeah, same thing.
And we
that-
called it Taco Loco.
Well, Taco
you-
Loco, you had a ball. Yeah, that was. And Sting. You ever play Sting, where you throw
Yep.
the ball at the wall, and if it misses you,
Yes.
if it touches you, you have to touch the wall before they hit you with it. And it was a tennis ball, and if it hit you, it stung. That's why they called it Sting. It was the stupidest game ever.
But you
They've
played
taken
it.
away all those fun games.
No
I
more
know.
dodgeball. No more Taco Loco.
Red Rover.
Yeah, especially Red Rover. You know, I mean, that was always fun.
Oh my goodness!
No more
He's gonna lose
valedictorian.
more hair. No.
No
No more Chubby Bunny. Chubby Bunny's gone.
Well, there's a good reason for Chubby Bunny. People were dying.
I wonder if that. Do you think that was real, or do you think that was like an urban legend? I'm not sure.
What's
I
that?
was a youth pastor when that was going down. We actually got a letter from the CLA telling us not to do Chubby Bunny with our youth group anymore.
Yeah, I was a youth pastor too. We got the same kind of stuff, but I always thought it was fake. I didn't know if it was real. Or not.
What am I missing? What?
Chubby
Chubby
Bunny.
Bunny was a game where you had your students like put marshmallows in their mouth, and they had to say the word Chubby Bunny, and you keep putting marshmallows in their mouth over and over again until they can't say it anymore. And I guess like the story goes, the urban legend was that someone choked and maybe died, or they just choked, or I'm not sure.
Yeah. I've always been a big fan of choking teenagers.
I was a youth director from right around 2002 to 2005, and that's when I started preaching. Was in 2005.
Yeah.
But so it was only a few years, so I didn't have much of the youth pastor culture, to draw from.
But you got the cool goatee and beard, so I mean, you could have fit right in. You got the flavor saver.
Yeah.
See, I miss the youth ministry. I did it for 7.5 years. And the only difference between teenagers and adults is the adults have learned how not to roll their eyes in front of you, and the teenagers do. The only difference.
It's exactly right. They have a slightly longer faked attention span.
Yeah.
I was going to say the difference between youth ministry and adult ministry is the adults have more money and less maturity.
Except that the youth group or middle school youth ministry was kind of like herding cats. Let's be honest. That's it's a little bit harder.
I always loved the middle schoolers, man. They were my favorite.
I was a middle school.
See, I've taught
at least
both.
10 years.
I've taught both middle school and high school.
And see, I
Everybody
taught
always asks
junior
me that.
high. Now,
And I'm
teaching
like-
junior high and doing youth pastor work with junior hires, I would youth pastor junior high any day before I would ever go back into teaching junior high again. That was miserable.
How long you been a teacher, Steve?
This is my 6th year, full time, and I was a sub for 2 years before that.
Cool.
I was a substitute teacher for 8 years. Then I got out of it, but it was rough. Substitute teacher in the middle school.
Yep,
Only thing that helped was I was huge. That was the only part that helped.
Well, when I came to Ocean Way, they had been through 13 subs in 12 days at this one particular class. And I came in and told them all, it's right before Thanksgiving. I had them line up on the wall. I said, whatever it is, get it out of your system, because when you come in Monday, life as you know it is over. They
Man, those
came
things
in
are
on Monday.
crazy.
I made them line up on the wall. I told them, hey, backpack's on the rack and take your seat. You can't take away my cell phone. No, but I can send you to the dean's office till class is over.
Did you guys ever have a moment where you had like he's meeting his hero, and then he realizes that his hero has not lived up to his expectations? Have you guys ever met somebody that you were like, you followed when you were younger, you met him, you're like, oh, that guy's the worst?
Oh, yeah. I've met a few preachers that I used to look up to that way. I'm just going to be honest.
Pete Rose was a jerk. Pete Rose was an absolute jerk.
Rose?
I covered the Atlanta Braves when Pete Rose's 44-game hitting streak came to an end, and in the locker room afterwards, he refused to talk to any media from Atlanta. He only talked to the Cincinnati media.
Really? I've got my grandmother was best friends with Pete Rose's mother, and I got pictures of me playing with Pete Rose's kid as a kid.
Wow.
He was always nice when I seen him, but I guess
by the same token, his hitting streak came to an end against the worst team in baseball, the Atlanta Braves at that time. And they threw 4 pitchers at him. They threw Gene Garber in the 9th inning. They walked him twice. Garber struck him out. And, they acted like it was the World Series. And I guess Pete got a little.
I get the wrong idea about you.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. also was kind of jerkish.
I don't think I met very many famous people. I'm trying to think. I met R.C. Sproul, and he was delightful.
He's awesome.
He was the sweetest man. He talked to me about football. I didn't even like football, but I wanted to talk to R.C. Sproul. He's like, you're from Jacksonville. I hear you guys have a football team. And I was like, yeah, Maurice Jones-Drew, because that's the only thing I knew. And I was like, I'm going to have this conversation with R.C. Sproul.
He was a sweetheart. Yeah, absolutely.
Who was the inventor? R.W. Shambach. Tyler, Texas. That's all the address you ever need. R.W. Shambach Ministries, Tyler, Texas. That's all you need.
I don't know. I haven't heard
I was
that.
fortunate enough to meet President Reagan after he was out of office, and that's probably the most famous person that I've ever met. And I was him and Ali. When I met Ali, I was so dumbfounded, and I don't get dumbfounded, but I'm literally standing there with a camera, and my client, who was from Louisville and loved Ali, she's standing there talking to him, and I'm standing there with the camera going, "That's Muhammad Ali. This is so cool."
Yeah. And see,
never
they
took
don't
a picture.
talk well when people get starstruck. Like my little brother has a YouTube channel, Kindle Talk TV, and he interviews all these famous people all the time, and he has them on their cell phone. And I'm like, bro, how do you do that? He goes, I don't think anything about them. I talk to them like they're normal people, and they like that.
Yeah.
No.
I had when I was working in youth ministry, I was a director of a middle school camp, and we did a beach day. So we took a bunch of students down to the beach, and we had to drive a bunch of students home afterwards. And one of the students we found out on the ride home was Evander Holyfield's daughter. And I was like, this is the coolest thing in the whole wide world. Yeah, it was so cool.
I did a rugby match at UNF one time between the Rabbitohs and the Jacksonville Axemen. And the Rabbitohs out of New Zealand were owned by Russell Crowe.
Oh, wow.
So I have a picture of me and Russell Crowe.
I was at a movie theater in Pasadena.
Hold on, wait.
Hold on. We got to get back to the movie.
The guy who was in the cowboy hat, he's famous somehow. How do I know?
So is the girl. The girl is from one of the Hairspray movies.
Look at that face.
No, is she?
Look at her.
They both got some teeth issues.
His teeth are looking whiter. Have you noticed that?
Yes. I think that he got a toothbrush with all that Luchito money. Luchador money. No, the guy.
Like Shield or whatever.
She was in Last Man Standing. She was in Lady in the Water. My Name is Earl.
Last Man Standing with Tim Allen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, with
It's
Tim
a
Allen.
great show.
I haven't watched it in a while, but I remember when it first came out, I watched it. When they changed the daughters, it threw me off. Anytime that happens, anytime a character leaves and another character takes their place, I know that's stupid, that it shouldn't matter, but it bothers me. It's like I'm taken out of it. I'm like, you're not that guy's daughter.
So you really had a hard time with Bewitched, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Dick York, Dick Sargent, Sergeant York.
There you go.
Come on,
Yeah,
that's a Wayne's World reference.
The James Bond movies must really.
I think they
mess you
switched
up.
out both daughters. I think both daughters have now been changed.
Really?
Yeah.
The oldest daughter that got pregnant's the original.
Oops.
The oldest daughter.
Oh,
No, the
when he
original was somebody
breaks
called-
the doll, he stuck his finger through the eye of the doll, and she said, "I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you." How did you?
Look at that face. It's like, oh,
The
escape.
Hey, I think I met this girl in Bible college.
Secret tunnels. Secret tunnels.
Did you know that if you say olive juice, it looks like I love you?
That's right.
Olive juice.
So I'm pretty sure that's what she said.
He just
Oh, my
runs.
mercy.
Here she goes in the secret tunnel.
Part of my popcorn got burnt.
Uh-oh.
I've reached the bottom. Half of this video is going to be people watching me eat. I feel like such a glutton. I've been sitting here noshing
I'm right
this
there
whole
with you.
time.
I'm knocking out some pistachios.
There he is, that guy. He is from something.
His mom and dad.
That was, yeah. Gotta go to bed. My daughter just walked in. No. Go. Go to bed. I love you. Good night.
Party.
Huh?
Ramsey, he's not dancing.
It's such a Jack Black thing.
I know.
And he's got the corn. He's got the corn in his hand.
Yeah.
Go.
He's about to ruin this bass fiddle. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
The putty was lame.
Oh no.
Please tell me that's not Jonah. Is that Jonah Hill?
No,
It looks just like him.
but it's. I know who you're talking about, but it's not.
But look at it. That looks just like Jonah Hill.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Who is Jonah Hill?
Yeah, I have no clue.
I don't. Me and Austin were like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so Jonah Hill was in the
Hold on.
Jonah
Hey,
Hill was in
Google.
the
Hey Google.
Ew!
Oh!
Oh! Oh, that was horrible.
You hate to see
That
that
guy.
happen. You hate to
yes,
see
that's
that
Jonah
happen.
Hill.
That guy didn't not look anything like Jonah Hill.
He did. So, okay, I'm blind in one eye. What do you want? I
Yeah,
got
I
hit in the
got
eye
it.
with a corn cob one time, okay?
How come you think?
Really like Ramses. I wanted to become. But it turns out they're a douche.
Okay, mine cut it off. I don't know what he said. Was it bad?
Mine cut that out. Mine cut that out.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Is that the word that we?
Yeah, that was
D
the
word.
That was the one word. Yeah.
The feminine product D
Yeah.
word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Because I can't go on living a life.
Hey, they're talking about me again.
I'm a friar. I'm not
Okay, coming up is my 7-year-old's favorite line in this whole movie. He says it all the time.
I got no groceries for breakfast because of you.
That.
No, I'm sick of hearing about the orphans.
Or
He says this all the time. Come again?
that's right. That's right. I'm
This is
sick
like
of-
a spin-off of Star Trek when the two guys were wrestling in the time warp.
That's exactly
Oh,
right.
All you need is the Jim Carrey theme. Da, 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 da.
That's right.
You are
Because
fat.
you're fat.
He skips off. Have you guys ever done any like missions work down in Mexico?
Twice.
Yeah.
I've been to
Monterey.
Haiti. I've been to Haiti. I haven't been to Mexico. I've dove in Mexico. I've been to Mexico on vacation, but no mission work. I actually really enjoy going to Haiti.
Yeah,
Very eye-opening.
we went to missions work in Nogales and then Tijuana. Those two places. And then we've been on
Tijuana.
vacation in like Cozumel.
Churchy opportunities.
I had a lot of churchy opportunities.
By the way, that's going to become my line when people ask where have you been. I have had a lot of churchy
Churchy
opportunities.
The mission field is yours. There's lots of churchy opportunities.
Lucha Libre.
His eyes.
You're a man of the cloth.
Why? Because those men came from honeymoon. To see it through the eyes? No. They fight for something.
about 7 years ago, there was that big debate in the reform circles whether we should be involved in MMA. It's kind of reminding me of that.
Yeah.
Really, I don't remember that conversation. I've been in martial arts 25 years. I teach karate, I teach modern arnis, and so it's been an ongoing thing that I've had to deal with. People asking that question. So, what was the consensus, or was there one reached?
There never was one reached. The question was, should we celebrate something that humbles man who's made in the image of God, instead of looking at it as a sport? I have a martial arts background too. For me, it's like, it's a sport.
Well, as the parent of 2 active duty military members and a third who served in the war over in Iraq, you could make the same argument about people serving our country and fighting battles. I mean, we celebrate heroes when they come home from the battlefield, don't we?
Mm-hmm. And then we got to get into the just war theories.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. That I think that some would make the distinction between fighting for a purpose and fighting for a sport. But yeah, of course, just war would come into it as well.
As long as you don't fight for vain vanity.
Vain vanity is bad. I learned that from nun conquistador. What's her name? Encarnacion.
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 In the meantime, his cloth is on fire.
Is he on fire?
Yeah.
He is
I
on
thought that
fire.
was behind him.
No, it fell over. Oh, holy water.
That's a bro with the big hands, though. If anybody could do it.
Yeah. Stop, drop, and roll.
So
Notice-
I forgot to. Oh, go ahead.
It's
he's got
much
his
funnier if
outfit
he
on.
runs and fans it.
His hair is not on fire. That's the thing.
Yeah, that would have been the first thing to go.
Imagine being that stunt man. That's a fun day at the office.
Oh yeah.
3,
So I forgot to
2,
say I found
1.
some really fun trivia, and I guess the song that Jack Black sang when he was at the party a few moments ago, that was all improvised. That was not in the script. He just made it up on the spot.
I can
Not
see
surprising.
that. He's a very fast-witted dude.
Yeah.
And
And
here's
a
here's
good musician.
Oh yeah, here's the best part. I did not know this. The film was inspired by a true story about a friar whose name was Friar Storm. He was Reverend Sergio Gutierrez. He was a Mexican priest who became a wrestler to raise money for his parish. Very interesting. No idea.
It's like the Spanish "Here Comes the Boom."
Yeah. There you go. So what kind of martial arts did you do, Austin?
Karate and Taekwondo. My brothers were both Hapkido, and I wish I'd have went that route.
You know, I at a very young age, I learned Taekwondo and Jiu-Jitsu and a few other good Japanese words, but that was about it.
Taekwondo's Korean. Boom.
Okay,
Gotcha.
we'll see there.
I was
I didn't learn it very well, did I?
I was a brown belt in Kung Fu.
See, you're from California. You do kung fu.
He's a Presbyterian.
You're a
Kung fu,
Presbyterian.
Yeah.
You are the odd man out, my brother.
And, honestly, Kung Fu kind of fits Presbyterians.
It does.
It does.
Wait, you guys.
They wear
you guys,
nicer outfits and they dress better.
The silk. They wear silk, dude.
There's
Perfect.
a little more history there. Yeah.
Y'all talk about Kung Fu. I'm thinking of the TV show in the 70s with David Carradine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Step pebble from my
yeah.
hand. Yeah. Not step pebble from my hand, grasshopper.
That was
Then you
stolen.
become a man.
That was stolen from Bruce Lee.
No. You're
Yeah,
kidding.
it was supposed to be his show.
Well, I don't think he was alive. Because the show came out after his death, didn't it?
I
I think
don't.
so.
But the.
And I think it was
the-
actually
Snowflake. L. Snowflake.
Yeah. Okay, we're getting away from the. I think the concept of the film, the concept of the show was supposed to be for him. But I could be wrong. I'm often wrong, but never in doubt.
Just talk louder. Talk louder.
That's right. Esqueleto, Nacho. Is he ever? What is Libre?
Hey, I think you might be onto
Libre
something, Keith.
is
Because
liberty. Libre is liberty.
I thought it meant free.
Keith,
Well,
you
that-
might be onto something because the first
Free
episode of Kung Fu was released 1972, and Bruce Lee died in 1973. So
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
It could have been.
I know that in the one of the biographies, Dragging the Bruce Lee story, it said in the movie. Of course, the movie can be wrong, but it said that it was his idea to create the show, but they didn't want to use him because he looked too Asian. They chose David Carradine because he didn't have such an Asian appearance, and they didn't think that they could sell the show with an Asian lead, and so that's based on a movie, so I'm not sure that's historically accurate.
If they only had intersectionality back then, they'd have figured it all out.
Yeah.
Now, did
but it identifies as a, know.
The remake, the reboot of the Karate Kid, wasn't that about Kung Fu? Now that I'm thinking about it,
a little bit because it had Jackie Chan.
Oh yeah, that they called that the Karate Kid with Jackie Chan. That is a travesty. Absolute travesty.
Amen.
But
No.
Wasn't it about
if
Kung
Mr.
Fu in that
listen,
movie?
listen. If Mr. Miyagi is not in it, it's not the Karate Kid.
Well, Mr. Miyagi be dead.
Wax on, wax off. Sand the floor. Paint the fence. Side to side.
Kung Fu is not karate. You know that.
I know.
I do know that.
Yeah. They are ancestrally linked.
Okay, so what is this Brazilian stuff I keep hearing about?
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was popularized in the early 90s when the Gracie family invented the Ultimate Fighting Championships, and they did that to popularize a system of fighting that they had created based upon judo and jiu-jitsu, which comes from Japan, but it focused primarily on ground fighting, which gives a smaller, more agile opponent an advantage over a larger, slower opponent, because he can use the strength against him. And so Hoist Gracie, who was one of the smaller fighters, was able to overcome the bigger fighters because of the techniques that they did on the ground. And
did you watch that very first MMA?
I've seen all of the original fighters.
Brutal. Man, it was brutal.
Yeah, the first fight, a kickboxer kicked a sumo wrestler's teeth out of his mouth. Yep. And I was like, yep, we have turned a corner. This is new. All right, so, but yeah, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a ground system, and it allows smaller opponents to have an advantage over bigger opponents because of their ability to move on the ground with a little bit more speed and dexterity.
Hey, Keith, this is an important question I have for you. Why did the cupboard learn karate? The cupboard? It was for self defense. You're welcome.
Hashtag dad jokes. That's cool.
You're welcome. Yeah.
That's a nice knife.
That was the Presbyterian telling that joke.
Yes.
Not the Baptist.
Little chancho.
That kid, man.
That's a knife.
Yeah.
Is that the same kid that said, "I like your cooking" at the beginning?
Yep.
Yes.
I think so.
I love his character.
Yeah.
I've had a kid like him in my school every year. I always love him.
And he's the one who had the mask on. Remember when the kids were fighting in the yard? He had gotten, I don't know how he got such a nice mask, but he was wearing the luchador mask.
I like he has no clothes, a machete, and a bag full of his I mean, like, he's going to live in the desert.
And he's not sunburned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
It is?
Yes.
I think you can, yeah.
You can eat the cactus, especially in the Sonoran Desert, which is in Mexico area.
Uh-huh.
That's the cactuses that go like this.
All I think about is flowers on cactuses and people getting high in the South here.
Cactuses, cacti.
Yeah, cacti.
Mine just muted. What did it mute?
Mine muted too.
I knew you were going to say something weird.
Oh, okay.
VidAngel works not only on the movies, it also blocks Zoom calls.
It blocks me.
They got the tires fixed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got to be a 2-stroke lawnmower engine.
Oh. he's, he's within a stone's throw.
He got what?
He got injured.
Injured.
Oh.
I thought he hated the orphan kids.
Well, he wants Nacho to fight, so he injured that guy. Swollen really high.
Oh, this is fantastic. Apparently, there is a video game adaptation to this film that was released on Nintendo DS. Nacho Libre, the video game. So, Keith, go for it.
I want to share with you, not only am I, not a Trekkie or a Star Trek guy, I'm also not a video game guy.
I'm not either.
I have never beat Super Mario.
Are you serious?
I've never beat
Come
Super
on.
all of my wife has beat it, like in front of me.
Yeah.
And
That's okay. That's okay. I still play Pong.
I
Space Invaders.
I had my wife time it before, and I can beat Mario Brothers in about 14 minutes.
The original?
The original, yeah.
Yeah, I can too.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just got to warp.
Yeah.
I know how to get to the castle. I
think my best time was like 17 something.
That's awesome.
Okay. Now you're just bragging. You guys are you're yeah. Remember, and the whole thing about it being a noble battle is it's not for vanity. That's what Carcione said.
That's right. Well, I don't know how good it makes us that we're good at 1984 video games, but
I don't even understand modern video games.
I don't either.
Some of y'all weren't even born in 1984.
After Super Nintendo, I haven't been interested ever since. Super Nintendo was the last one I was interested in.
Yeah, the
so
scrolling.
You never tried N64, Nintendo 64 when it came out?
No, I didn't. I had a PlayStation 1, but by then I was older and I didn't have time for it.
Gotcha. Yeah, N64 is when I gave up. Super Nintendo was like my height of playing, and then N64 I liked, and then I stopped playing after that.
In our game room in the Christian school, we've got a Nintendo GameCube. That's a pretty cool little system.
If we forsake our vows of
If we
celibacy.
forsake our vows.
Whatever.
I love you.
Hugs,
I love
kiss,
you
kiss. Hugs, big kiss, big hug.
Little hug, big kiss.
Little kiss.
Little kiss.
Bad news. I'm out of coffee.
Oh, yeah, I ran out of munchies a little while ago.
My wife is fantastic. She
Oh
makes
my
English
soul! They
muffins.
put a mask on the.
Somebody put a mask on the idol?
Yeah.
That's no bueno. What was you saying, brother?
I don't know. I said my wife, she brought me an English muffin because she's the best. That's about how strong I am when my shirt's off. Something like that. Something like that.
Yeah, every time I go to preach, I get them to oil me up just like that. The problem is I'm a little hairy. So, you know how, like, if you roll the hair, it'll knot up?
Okay. We don't need that
no.
visual. We do not need that visual. Oh.
Yeah. This is how I prepare.
I've always wanted to rent my clothes like Old Testament style from the pulpit, just like.
Yeah, well, there have been some moments where I wanted to pour sackcloth on wear sackcloth and pour ashes on my head.
Oh, it's such a
Is
good
this
song.
a song?
Yeah.
It's in my mind.
In my mind.
Sure.
I wonder if he made this up on the fly.
He really is a good singer.
Yeah.
I hate some bugs.
What happened? Where did Steve go? What
We
happened?
lost Steve.
Where'd he go?
Oh. He said he ran out of coffee. He's done.
Is that what happened?
No, I think he's back. I think he's getting back on soon.
Okay.
And can I see you?
He looks like the kid at the beginning. This face right there, the eyes look just like the kid from the beginning.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Oh, there he is.
It looks like he has another connection in there.
Yeah, for some reason I lost my connection.
All right, Steve's back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
I'm going to remove one of you.
Okay. There's two of me. So what did I miss?
The best part of the movie, man.
Thank you.
Best part.
I'm still watching the movie. I just lost
This was
y'all.
good. Thank you. Okay, so
I wonder what the typical. All right, you guys guess. What's the typical salary for a luchador fighter? I'm gonna look it up. I don't know.
$200 a fight.
I see this. I think of Dusty Rhodes. Kitty face. Bionic elbow.
Oh, there's the lady from earlier.
there we go.
All right, Keith, what do you think? How much does a luchador wrestler make per event?
$50.
It's much, much more. Apparently, this is a very lucrative endeavor. So it looks like for a luchador, they make approximately $1,600 US at their largest weekly event.
Well, if they did one fight a week and they made $1,600 a week, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Make about 50 grand a year.
Yeah.
Anybody want to sew a mask for me?
Yeah. If we ever have to go bivocational, boys, we know what to do.
I am bivocational.
Well, there you go, Steve.
Well, if I ever want to become a missionary in Mexico, I think I know what I'm going to do.
There you go. Body slam.
I don't know. I think the wrestling is much more real there than it is here. As far as like the pain involved. I don't know if I'd want to give it a go. I'm getting a little old.
He just eats a slice of watermelon.
Oi, oi.
Oh no.
He has been demasked,
Mask.
unmasked.
Oh no.
Oi.
Why would you headbutt somebody in the butt?
It's literally a headbutt.
Wedgie.
Yes.
Hey, wedgies, the universal humor.
Notice how it went right back in and all perfect.
All right, hands up if you have ever been wedgied. Okay. Hands up if you have ever been the
Given a
wedgie-er. Given a wedgie. Okay. All right.
Hands up if you've ever been to a real wrestling match.
I don't think so.
I competed in a jiu-jitsu tournament 2 years ago. You know, the grappling tournament. I was training with a guy, and I went in and competed, and I lost 2 matches, and it hurt. Does that count?
Man.
Every day I wrestle with my toddlers, but I don't think that counts.
Where's the referee counting the 1, 2, 3 count? Because shoulders have been pinned for a while now.
It's in slow motion.
No.
Oh no.
No.
Oh.
Prince. Now he starts to count.
The girl he can't have showed up, so now he has to wrestle really well. It's kind of cliche.
The kid, too.
That didn't happen. He's about to jump 60 feet.
Harness the power of the eagle egg.
Look at all the kids wearing the masks in the background.
The eagle egg.
That's amazing.
It is. Oh.
What?
That's called the crucifix. You can't pin somebody outside the ring.
Sure you can. It's a Jack Black movie. You can do whatever. You can jump 60 feet out of the ring.
Yeah.
Yes, he can do that. I have no doubt that was absolutely legitimate.
Absolutely.
And a bunch of orphan children could just be right there in the midst of a very dangerous environment.
Uh-oh.
That was actually a really good kick.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. It looked like it was really Jack Black, too.
Yeah, it looked like an inside crescent kick. It was like pretty good.
So I've never seen this other movie, and I'm not recommending it, but there's another Jack Black movie which is called Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, and apparently that kid who plays young Nacho in this movie also plays the younger version of Jack Black in that other Tenacious D movie.
It makes sense.
Very interesting.
So it looks like he did buy the bus. That was what he wanted to do. So what's the arc
Come
of
on, be happy.
Yeah.
Come on, be happy.
The arc of the film is he goes from somebody who has dreams of something to accomplishing his dreams, and now he's still giving the nun some really awkward looks.
That is the moral of the story.
Yeah. And you say it's based on a partially true, or not a, it's partially based on a true story.
Yeah,
They would
it's
call that
partly inspired by Fray Tormenta, Friar Storm.
Okay. So in high school English, we call that fictional history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the eating of the egg and the farting off the mountain, that's real. That was
That's Tulum.
that's
The
that's gotta be part of
farting. You said the farting off the mountain.
the farting of that had to have been real. Yeah.
Yes. What is he
That's all
wearing?
the
What is that?
beans.
Keith,
It's
isn't
like
that
he
what you wear
wear
that when you preach,
a
right?
monk outfit, but it's like baby blue now.
That's what I'm saying. It's still the monk outfit, but yeah, he bought himself a really nice baby blue one.
What are they looking at? What's down there?
It looks like
Aztec rooming.
Oh, okay.
a what?
They're out looking at an Aztec ruins.
Yeah, I thought that
Actually,
was.
I think that's more Mayan than Aztec because that looks a lot
You're
like
right.
yeah. And that was the battlefield that they actually used to go and have all the games and the battles. I think that's actually filmed in either Shelhai or Tulum, which is the last of the Mayan settlements before the 4th century.
All right, guys. Well, we have reached the credits, and I don't know who any of these people are. I can't riff on the credits because I don't have any. I have right there. It says Mexican casting by Carla Houle.
Whoever
Carla
that
I have
is.
no
Houle.
idea who Carla Houle is. But
Nacho.
Ana de la Regura,
Lagera.
is
Hector
sister.
Jimenez.
There's someone called Snaggletooth Monk. That's a good name.
Yeah, and
Troy Gentle. That's the kid's
Mucha
name who plays
crema.
young Nacho.
Okay, Mucha
Okay.
Crema, the announcer. Mucha Crema.
Someone's called El Snowflake. That's a
El
good name.
Pandita.
That was the one wrestler, El Snowflake.
how do you know if you're monk 1 or monk 2?
Mimo.
I mean, I didn't see Nacho's mother or father. Is that just the people that posed for the picture?
I don't know.
Is that,
So look, it wasn't very many people that did the stunts. There was only like what is that? 20 of them?
yeah.
Well, now if this was an Avengers movie, we'd be stay tuned because there's always a trailer at the end.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think is anything.
So
is,
apparently,
is there an
so
end credit
apparently,
scene?
no, I don't think there's an end credit scene, but apparently there's been
Ooh,
talks of making a
Jesus.
sequel of this.
Jesus is in it. He's the first company credit. Okay,
Jesus
so-
Romero
Jesus.
Kimba.
Jesus.
But anyway, there's talks of a sequel being made. It was, I guess the talk started just a few years ago.
You ever notice in movies where it'll say like Mr. Black's makeup artist?
yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's oddly specific. You guys know what a gaffer is?
Yeah, isn't that the person who makes the like the noises, or is that the light person?
No, the gaffer is the guy. They have what's called gaffing tape. It's the tape that doesn't leave a residue behind. It's very expensive, but it's good quality stuff. And they're literally their job is to tape wires and things down. They're gaffers, and that's gaffing tape is what they use. I've actually wanted to get some for things at the church because it's actually really good quality stuff. And from what I understand, that's what a gaffer is. And you always see gaffers, and a grip is the guy I think you're talking about. The grip is the guy who does the microphone or whatever. No, that's the
Yeah.
There's another guy that in post-production, his job is like if a door opens in the scene or if somebody's walking, he literally makes those sound effects.
Yeah.
Because they don't pick that up usually when they're filming.
Yeah, which is really wild. I mean, all the cheesy things that we never think about that go into movie making.
Oh yeah,
it's amazing. It really is an
Well,
amazing.
look at the very last credit. It says re-recorded at.
yeah.
So they actually have to
Stage
go
R.
into a stage and they have to re-record all the audio.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's I
Okay,
was
I love watching these movie gaffes, if you will, not gaffers, but gaffes. Like in the movie Gladiator, when Russell Crowe is holding the head saying, "Are you not entertained?"
Yeah.
There's a 737 on the background flying over.
Was it really?
Yeah, it's aliens,
Oh, wow.
right?
well, it's like the old cowboy movies. They used to have contrails you could see in the
Yeah.
sky because they were out in the bush filming these movies, but there were still planes going over. So you'd see contrails in the sky, and it's like, wait a minute, that's not supposed to be there. Well, guys, I think we have reached the. We're 2 minutes left in the credits here. Is there anything you guys want to add to this? Did you have fun?
It was
I had a
fun.
good time.
Yeah, I had fun. I think we could do something else. I think what we need to do, because we are pastors and this was a pastor's thing, I want us to maybe do something in the future, and maybe we'll ask some, since this is a YouTube video, in the comments below, if you have something you want us to do this with, whether it be a movie or a TV show, or maybe even a sermon, something that we could comment on, that we could start and stop. That might get dangerous, though. That could get
pretty dangerous.
The wind of God blows on you, COVID-19. Yeah, we can definitely do that one.
Yes. It's COVID-19.
COVID-19.
Yeah.
Actually, the better part would be if we took the Monsters Inc. movie and re-soundtrack it from where he said 2319 to COVID-19. COVID-19.
Yeah. So, well, I enjoyed hanging out with you guys again. I guess I'm sort of the person who knows everybody and has introduced everybody. So thank you all for coming. We'll try to do something again. This is one of the weird things that the coronavirus has done. It's got people to meet on social media in ways that they haven't before. Also, just so you guys know, I do the Coffee with the Calvinist thing. I'll be possibly doing possibly reaching out to you guys for an interview. So just keep that in mind, because I've been enjoying doing those. So is there anything you guys want to shamelessly plug as we close? I know, Rob, you have a podcast. What's your podcast? Tell us about it.
Yep, it's called, if you head over to Apple Podcasts, it's called Know the Word. And so it is a weekly show, comes out on Wednesdays, and we're going through the Gospel of Mark verse by verse. Me and one of the deacons from our church, Daryl Burns. So Know the Word. And I think if you go to knowthewordpodcast.com, I think you can find it there too.
Awesome. Very cool. And Austin, do you have anything to that
No.
you're working on?
I'm not hip or cool, man. I'm dual employed too. Although I'm in-house, we have a medium-sized Christian school, and I'm an acting headmaster. So
Awesome.
Between that and the church, I would love to do a podcast. So.
Well, I know a teacher who
on.
might be looking for a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but you are in what city are you in again, Austin? Just to remind people.
Summerfield, Florida. It's near the Villages.
Okay.
The Villages, Florida.
Yeah.
And
the Villages.
Okay. And Rob, you're in Keystone Heights, right?
Yeah, we're in Keystone Heights, a massive metropolis located here in North Florida.
Hey, my mom lives there. Yeah.
Rob, I know right where your church is, because my grandparents were members of Keystone Heights United Methodist Church.
Yeah, we share like a field. We share some woods. Yep.
And Steve, did you have anything you wanted to add, mention about your church or anything?
Well, I mean, honestly, Keith, what's really heavy on my heart is the class of 2020, because I have a lot of seniors that I teach, and I have a lot of seniors that I've spent a lot of time with. Yeah. And, I know what it was like 3 or 4 years ago to, for the first time in my life, walk across the stage and receive a diploma, because I dropped out of high school. And there's a lot of things that I did when I was younger that made me into who I am. And one of them was I got mad at my dad, and I said, I'll show him. I'll just quit school and give up the scholarship to Vanderbilt. Yeah, okay. So that didn't work too well. But, in May of 2017, when I walked across the stage at Warner University and got my diploma for the first time, turned my tassel and everything else, it was such a euphoric feeling. And last year, when my son graduated from Ed White, I was allowed to be on the stage and present him with his diploma. I can't even imagine what it's like for these seniors who have spent their entire life getting ready for this one moment to either look at the opportunity of not getting a chance to walk across the stage, or to have to wait till July, or just the unknown. So,
our kids are walking in June. Yeah. And they're not getting to walk like they normally would in May. So now they have to wait halfway through the summer.
Well, like Grad Bash got canceled, and senior prom got canceled, and this virus has done one thing, in my humble opinion. It has brought families back together. It has reunited communities, it just breaks my heart to see, even now when we're in a crisis mode, our country's so incredibly divided and so polarized. So, Keith, if I could say one thing, not about my church, but just about what I feel like we as pastors are already doing, but we need more people to do. And that is just, it's not about Republican or Democrat. It's not about left or right. It's about, I honestly believe it goes back to what God says in Second Chronicles before he gets to 7:14, where he says, when I shut off the rain and when I bring about a plague, it's to bring you back to me, and I'm praying and hoping that that's what will happen through all this, is that more people will dust off the dust from their Bibles and find out that, hey, God is real. God is still on the throne, and God is in control.
Amen.
All right. Thank you. Amen. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to close this out and say thank you all for enjoying this time. I'm going to hit stop on the recording now. And again, if you enjoyed watching this, please comment and like and subscribe below. If you're on Facebook, please share this with your friends. And if you have recommendations for us, great. If you have constructive criticism, we don't want to hear it. No, I'm just kidding. We love everybody, and we're just trying to have a good time, do something fun. And again, this is the same thing we would have done had we gone out to the movies together. We would have sat around talking, and we want to invite you to participate with us. So thank you for being with us tonight, and may the Lord continue to draw his people to himself. God bless.
Amen.
God bless you guys.
God bless.